Community participation mode. Do subscribers. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, all right. We are set. So I will wait for YouTube. Hopefully, YouTube. Will you show me YouTube? Will you put me in the feed? Will you put me in the algorithm, YouTube? I don't know. We will have to see. But good morning. Oh, look, there's somebody on here. Say good morning if you're on here, so I know you're here. Good morning. Cheers, my coffee to yours. I'm still working on my morning coffee. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Glenda. Hello, hello. Oh, all the way down in Alabama. Good morning, ladies. All right, today we're making pepper jelly. I'm super excited. I have enough peppers prepped to make at least a second batch today. Maybe a third. I'm excited. I'm gonna put away pepper jelly because pepper jelly is one of those things that every single get together, every time my family comes up, my boys are here, we bring out the pepper jelly. So let me know down in the comments, are you a pepper jelly family? Because we definitely are here. Good morning, good morning. My lip gloss looks funny on this lighting, so I'm gonna wipe it off. It looks too white. See, that's what I get for trying to, you know, look a little decent for you guys today. So, good morning. Good morning. Oh, you love pepper jelly. Yes. Oh, and you love the French onion soup. I got that recipe from, I don't even know if her website is still up. A grandma. It's a grandma recipe. I can't remember her username now. Grandma something. Best French onion soup I've ever made. That is my go-to recipe. She nailed it. There's nothing to fix with that onion soup recipe. It's phenomenal. Love pepper jelly. Yes. This will be the... Yes, you will love it. It's so good when you make it yourself. Now, technically, okay, if you look in the books, pepper jelly, you're supposed to like blend up in a blender. I don't like it like that. And nobody in my family likes it like that either. So, this recipe has enough sugar and vinegar in it. It's fine as long as you chop it finely. I do not hand chop my peppers. I use one of the chop wizards. Linda's Pantry got me into a chop wizard like years ago. That thing is phenomenal. So all of your pieces, use the finest mesh chopper on your chop wizard. It'll come with like a big grid and a small grid. I use the small grid so that your peppers are finely chopped, small pieces. Half of them will kind of cook away, but there will be some left in the jar, so it'll be really pretty, but they cook down enough. And you're using vinegar, as long as you're using 5% vinegar. This recipe calls for white vinegar, but we're going to switch it up and we're going to use apple cider vinegar. I'm not adding apricot. I usually do the apricot habanero pepper jelly. I'm not doing that this time. I'm just doing straight pepper jelly, and we're using hot peppers from my garden. So we're going to add a little extra sweet to it using the apple cider jelly, but apple cider vinegar. But as long as your apple cider vinegar is 5% acidity, you can switch out white vinegar with apple cider vinegar. It just has to be 5%. Okay? Hello. Oh, it's so good. Grandma Rose, is it for the French onion? It might be. That doesn't sound familiar though. But if you go back to my canning French onion soup, which I haven't done in a long time. I need to make that video again. Her link will be linked in the description box. So you can go to her actual, I found her on a message board many, many moons ago when I first started learning how to can. So we're talking over 10 years ago. So I don't know if it's still there. I hope it is. But she was phenomenal. That recipe is fantastic. Okay, so I got you plugged in right now because I wanted to give you a little extra oomph. I'm probably gonna take you. Oh, I hope this doesn't disconnect. We only have one cell tower where I live, and right now everyone is getting their last camping vacations in, so everyone is on my one cell tower. So my phone wants to get off of the cell tower and onto the Wi-Fi. Which is crazy because my Wi-Fi works on a cell tower too. So, but it kind of goes back and forth of whichever connection is stronger. And I'm glad I got to catch you live. I'm in Michigan as well. Oh, Michelle, that's awesome. Are you downstate or are you in the UP? You have to let me know. Yes, I will make French onion soup again because I love it. I'm a big soup eater. I grew up on soup. You know, we didn't have a lot of money, so Campbell's soup was it. And I used to make myself French onion soup all the time. I was a latchkey kid. My mom worked afternoons. So, you know, when I came home from school, my mom was off to work. So there was many a nights I made my own dinners. And French onion soup from Campbell's was one of my favorites. And I never added a whole can of water, only half a can, because I liked it richer. And I had no idea. I was a kid, you know. I just knew that I liked the stronger flavor. You did catch a live. I'm so glad you're here. Last night I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give everyone the heads up because I have a bad habit of just popping on and then nobody's prepared. So I was hoping if you guys were available and you wanted to hang out with me this morning and make some pepper jelly before my peppers all turn into mush because I chopped them up like 2-3 days ago now. So, all right, so I'm going to unplug you. I'm going to, hold on. We're going to tie back the dreads. And then, that way I don't get them in the jelly. I don't want to put my hair up in a ponytail today, though, because I've had this like sinus headache. The weather is crazy here in Michigan right now. I think today is supposed to be sunny and 74, but we definitely are in a cold snap. It's supposed to be like 20 degrees lower than normal. And I think we're going to get down to like 50 degrees at night. So definitely sweatshirt weather around the bonfire. Campbell soup is expensive now? I didn't know that. I haven't bought Campbell's soup. Well, the last time I bought Campbell's soup was the chicken soup with the extra noodles for the kids when they were sick last winter. It might have been the winter before. Yeah, I think it was the winter before. It was right before, it was when I wasn't really back full time in my kitchen because I just didn't have the endurance built in my leg yet. So I knew I couldn't like make a whole pot of homemade soup on sometimes. So I always have like a little emergency supply. Like I said, my pantry is semi-homemade now. So I haven't bought it in a while, but why am I not surprised? My son Zach said, "Mom, you got to do a chit chat video with your people about the food prices." So, you know, my son Zach just moved out on his own. He has his own house now, and so he's buying all the food, and he is shocked at the prices. He's like, "How are young adults like me supposed to make it when groceries are so expensive?" So maybe that'll be a live chit chat. We'll sit and talk about food prices and inflation, but I'm specifically talking about food prices and how, like, where are you and how much are you paying, and like maybe having a discussion on grocery budgeting And this is why leftover makeover is so important. When I made those French bread pizzas the other night, it only cost me the bread that I had to bake. But everything I put on those French bread pizzas, now my family doesn't know, but everything that I put on those pizzas were leftovers from the fridge. The night before I had made spaghetti, so I had leftover spaghetti sauce and I had leftover noodles. So the spaghetti sauce was my pizza sauce. I had lunch meat, and I always buy cheese when I buy lunch meat. So I had some provolone slices. So I used provolone along with like a half empty bag of mozzarella cheese, because we sprinkle mozzarella cheese on our spaghetti sometimes. So I had a half a bag open on that. So I used the rest of that plus the provolone cheese. The toppings, the peppers came from my pepper jelly. I always have pepperoni on hand. I made butter noodles, so leftover spaghetti noodles got turned into butter noodles. I threw in a stick of butter and some garlic and some sweet basil and some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper. That became garlic butter noodles. The salad was from taco night on Sunday night. We had used a half a head of lettuce for our tacos, so I just chopped up. I finely chopped. See, if you don't have that much, how do you make it stretch to feed 5 people, right? If you only have a half a head of lettuce. I mean, I could eat a half a head of lettuce on my own. So what you do is you make a chopped salad and you chop everything small so that a little goes a long way. So I chopped up the lettuce and then I chopped everything else that went in it. I threw in I had like 12 yellow pepper rings left in a jar. I just emptied the jar, chopped that up. I had a little bit of ham, lunch meat in there, chopped that up. I had a little bit of salami, I chopped that up. I had a little bit of Havarti cheese, chopped that up. I had a half a bag of taco cheese left. I threw that in. Threw a bag of croutons in, chopped up some red onion, and bam, you have a salad. So we had salad, French bread pizza, and garlic butter noodles, and it was all leftovers. It was all a way for me to empty my fridge. So you can do that, and you'll save a lot of money and you won't throw out food. I can't stand throwing out food. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I cannot stand the waste. So when in doubt, throw it on a pizza. And if you can't make pizza, make French bread pizza. Bake you some of the baguettes because it's an easy recipe. You can have it done in an hour. Let it cool enough where you can then slice into it and then throw a topping on it. You have leftover chicken, make a barbecue chicken pizza. You have leftover pulled pork, make a barbecue pulled pork pizza. Taco meat, make a taco pizza. My family loves it. They think they were like, that's the best thing ever. And they have no idea that I'm cleaning out the fridge and putting it as the toppings. So I hope they don't watch this video. Mina, turn it off. So it's a great way to do a leftover makeover pizza night. And if you can't make pizza crust, or if it's too hot to, make, because pizza crust, I bake my pizza crust at like 450, 475 or something. Although pizza crust is good on the smoker, just saying. I know, I haven't eaten yet. I've been trying to do the intermittent fasting in the morning, so I don't eat my first meal until lunchtime. So yeah, this is the time of the day that I'm always hungry. Okay, I'm gonna fly you across to my kitchen. Woo, with the wind in your hair. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I have going on. Lift you up, spin you around, aim you down. Okay, so this is the recipe. This is how I write my recipes, because I don't like bringing my books into the kitchen because I always get them wrecked. All right, but this is what we're using, okay? So peppers. So I've got 5 cups of sweet bell peppers. So these are all different colors. I use green, yellow, orange, and red. So sweet bell peppers. then a half a cup of hot peppers. So the recipe that I'm copying is like a golden pepper recipe that I found on the National Home Food Preservation site. But instead of the golden, like I forgot what gold hot pepper they used. But I'm using a trio. I'm just using a mix. So you'll see like some jalapeno pepper jelly in there, you know, in books. This has a little jalapeno. It's got some red cherry bombs. It's got some Hungarian yellow hot peppers in here. I just chopped them up. My boys are going to love them. This is so good over cream cheese, and then you serve it with crackers. It is, especially for the holidays, like think Thanksgiving, Christmas. If you don't know what to bring to somebody's house, you can bring hot pepper jelly and a couple of bricks of cream cheese and a couple of boxes of crackers, and bam, you don't even have to make anything. But if you have people over to your house, like once in a while, just have guests that come over. You know, my girlfriends will come over. They'll come over with their husbands. We play cards. I'm learning how to play euchre. Danny's teaching me euchre. My girlfriend Christine and her husband Dan. So like, you know, if you have people over to your house and you just want to serve something, you want a munchie, grab a jar of hot pepper jelly, throw it over a brick of cream cheese, serve it with some crackers. It is so good. And you don't have to make anything. That's what I love about it. There's like literally no prep work. So 5 cups of bell peppers, a half a cup of the hot spicy pepper or jalapeno if you just want to do jalapeno. Then we've got 6 tablespoons of pectin plus a little smidgen for luck because it always works for me. And then we're doing 5 cups of sugar, and we're doing a cup and a half of apple cider vinegar, or you can use white vinegar, whichever one you want. So these are our ingredients, and now I'm going to fly you across my kitchen. Whee! See, on the live streams, you get all the views that you don't typically see. Now I'm gonna have to flip you and spin you. Try not to get too dizzy on me. I'm gonna have to move some of my coffee stuff here and get you on solid ground so you don't slip and fall. And then I can set you up. Now I'm not gonna put you over the pot like I did last time and gave you a hot flash, and I had to put you in the in the freezer to cool you down. All right, I'm gonna turn down my canner because she's running hard. So I've got my jars in the canner already. I have, and I'll spin you around when we do this. I already have this is hot water, so I don't want to hold it too long. I have clean lids, clean rings or bands. All of my equipment is down below here. Everything has been washed and is nice and clean. And then of course what I call my jelly pot, which is actually my Le Creuset. It is a cast iron, enameled cast iron. For the longest time, I used one of these pots from Aldi. I love them. It is so good to make jelly and jam in because it retains the heat. So your jelly, as it cools, especially if you're new to canning, you're going to be a little slow, okay? I'm still slow because my hands just don't work that good. So I like to take my time. What happens, though, if you're using like a regular stainless steel pot or something like that, your jelly will start setting. So it'll start getting gloopy by the time you get to the last jar or 2 jars that you're canning up. If you're using enameled cast iron, the heat, it retains the heat. So your jelly won't set up. It'll stay liquidy for you longer. So that's why I love making jelly in enameled cast iron. If you only have like a roasting pot, you can use it. I used a roaster like, you know, like an oval roaster from Aldi for like the longest time until my friend Paul bought me a round one from Aldi, and then I started using that one. Danny bought me the Slade Crusade for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. So, okay, so now we're gonna get our stuff in here. Okay, let me start bringing some of this stuff. I'm going to put it on the island just so that it's closer to me. So we're going to put, our peppers in first. Okay. And this jelly only gets processed for 10 minutes. And I'm using jelly jars. I actually found some jars that I really liked at Walmart. They're Mainstay brand, but you'll see when I start canning what they look like. They're cute, and they're like perfect for pepper jelly. But any kind of jelly jar, so we're doing them in jelly jars. All right, those are the hot spicy peppers. And then we're going to add our pectin, but what I like to do, let me grab a little spoon. What I like to do with our pectin is I like to add some sugar to it. Hold on, I'm gonna transfer it into a little bit bigger of a bowl. So just a couple of teaspoons of sugar. And then I like to mix that in with my pectin, because what it does is it makes it less clumpy. So mix that in. And then I'm going to pour in my apple cider vinegar, sprinkle my pectin and a little bit of sugar. And then we're going to turn this on. Now, I don't run this hot, hot and hard. Just medium, just a medium flame. And then we'll get this all mixed in. Let's see, how long is the shelf life for this? Okay, so with canned goods, well, the shelf life only lasts as long as your lid does, right? So we want to make sure we're using good quality lids. I use Ball. I have no problem with Ball. I also love the Superb lids. If you are keeping all of this for yourself, you could use Tattlers, which are reusable lids. I also love them. I don't use the Mainstay ones. I use those for like storage lids, but I don't can with them because I don't know what their plastisol, what the sticky part of the, let's see, what that compound is made out of. So I don't know how long it'll last. Now the balls I think are guaranteed for 1.5 years. I believe that's what they are now. I think they're up to 18 months, aren't they? But I don't keep anything longer than 3 years. And if I'm not using it in 3 years, then I'm not using it enough that makes it worth canning for me. So over my 10 years of canning now, that's now my new rule of thumb. So if I'm not using it up, I'm probably not going to can it again. So I keep nothing longer than 3 years, because after 3 years, the quality is going to start going down. It'll still be good. You can still eat it. But the nutrition starts wearing off. So as long as you're keeping it in a dark, cool place, right? Like I only have one window in my pantry, and I have a room darkening curtain on it that also holds out the heat in the summer. And then we keep that room really cool. So as long as you are taking care of your jars, and nothing's getting rusty. You don't have any, it's not sitting in like a damp basement or something like that. Ball guarantees like 18 months, but you can keep it, I keep it up to 3 years. So as long as your seal on your jar is still good, the contents in the jar will be good. That was a really long explanation. But I feel like sometimes I just want to be thorough. So yes, okay, so see, Jennifer says 18 months. I thought that's what they were up to because they were a year for a long time. And then I think they went to 15 months, didn't they? And then I think they changed it now to 18 months. So a minimum of 18 months if you're using a ball canning lid. Good morning. It's 7:20. I know I'm up early then making pepper jelly for you. So, and I'm going to apologize beforehand for sounding out of breath, hot and heavy. It is just my asthma. You know, you guys know I had a collapsed lung. And so with my lymphedema and, you know, the toxic fluid that builds up and then, you know, I have to elevate my leg to get that toxic fluid up into my system so that I can, you know, not to be gross, but to pee it all out. Sometimes if I just get too much build up, it affects my lungs. It affects my asthma. So that on top of just being cold and rainy here, but humid, and all the like mold outside and everything. It's like, it's been like the perfect storm for me and my asthma lately. So, so you'll hear me kind of breathing a little heavy. So sorry about that. Oh, let's see. Oh, 57 this morning at 10:30. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get down to like 50 or 48 degrees or something, by Tuesday. We definitely are getting a cold snap. So as you can see, you see how this is starting to get a little bit more liquidy. Let me see. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I know some YouTubers say, you know, if you have a question, put them all in all caps so that they're easier to see. So let's give that a try. I might be able to, I don't want to miss anything if you guys have questions. But jelly is nice and easy. So if you're a beginner to canning, this will be great for you. Now, most canning recipes have you blend this up. So if you're comfortable blending this, go ahead, you can do that. I don't prefer it that way. And so technically this might be a little rebellish. But I think we've all talked about like the rebel canning. Like I think that there's, you know, there's a difference between, I don't know. There's different levels of rebel canning, you know. So, you know, don't do as I do. Just watch for inspiration. I'll put out all the disclaimers now. 100 degrees. You know, I love summer. I love being able to go out in my pool and exercise. I have been able to get my leg so strong. I still can't walk downstairs. When I walk downstairs, I still have to go one leg. My bad leg goes down first. I go one leg at a time. But going upstairs, I used to walk one leg at a time. And now I can walk with both legs. Like a regular, just like regular, like how I used to be able to walk upstairs. So I have been able to strengthen my leg to even be able to stand out here and can, and I have strengthened my leg to be able to stand this long, because my leg tends to start giving out on me, but it's getting stronger. And so being able to get in that pool and put weights on my ankles and walk around and do leg lifts and like, oh, it's been such a blessing to me. And so I don't want summer to end because that means I can't exercise anymore in my pool. I love pepper jelly too. It is so delicious. Um, and sometimes you just, you feel like something a little different for lunch. Sometimes I'll just grab, a few crackers and some pepper jelly, and it's so good. It's so good. It's like the perfect appetizer, I think. I know that's a lot of stirring. Well, because I can't leave nothing alone, Maya. Come on. You ain't new here. You know how I am. I can't leave nothing alone. My bread, I'll like over knead my bread just because I like to watch it being kneaded in the bowl. I mean, like, that's me. I can't leave it alone. I'm just gonna keep stirring it. Can't. I can't stop touching it. Oh, but it smells so good. I opened up the bag of hot peppers when Eric was here, and he's like, "Whoa, I can smell it in the living room." I'm like, "I know." So it smells like peppers in here this morning. I wish they made a candle this scent. I would totally buy it. It smells so good because it's kind of sweet. It's, you got all those sweet peppers in there, so it's got that sweet but spicy scent going on. I don't know, it smells really good to me. But I think I have enough peppers chopped that I at least can make one more batch, but I'm hoping I can make 2 more batches because I'm going to tell you, for those of you who make pepper jelly, this flies off the shelf. Like, and I'm like, I just made 7 jars of that and it's all gone already. All of my boys want it. I give a jar to my sister. I give a jar to my aunt. I give a jar to my dad. And I've given this out as gifts. Like, you can give this out with a loaf of bread. I mean, it's the perfect, like, hostess gift. You are silly, and my last name is Sillyman. Oh, silly man. I love it, Maya. Yes, with cream cheese. It's the best. Yeah, you had a try. I bet you did. Oh, smells so good. What a blessing. What a blessing it is to be here on the live and like being able to can and preserve food for my pantry with you guys. Like, I love this. I love this so much. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Sourdough would have to be sourdough, which reminds me I have to feed my sourdough today. I promised the guys at Danny's work, they all want a loaf of bread. So I promised Danny, okay, I'll make a loaf of bread. I'll make you guys a couple of loaves of bread and you can take it to work tomorrow. So I gotta make bread today at some point. I've got a phone call at 1 o'clock and then I've got another phone call at 2:30. So I'm going to squeeze this in. I'm going to hope that I can get another batch of this made. And then in between there, I want to get my Instant Pot out and start some chili. That way I'll make some bread for us and we'll just have bread and chili for dinner, and it'll be easy. It'll be an easy dinner for me because I can just set it and forget it, just get it all in the Instant Pot and just let it slow cook all day. So that's probably what I'll do when I get off of here with you guys. All right, so what we're going to do is we're waiting for this to come to a boil. And once this comes to a boil, we'll add our sugar. So how much does this batch make, Heather? Well, I have 7 jars right now in my canner. And if it makes more, which reminds me, I guess I should throw in a couple extra jars in my hot soapy water just in case I need them. So we're just about, okay, watch that pot for me. Hold on. I'm going to grab a couple of jars. Just in case it makes more. But these are the jars. They're super cute. I'm going to get this in the hot soapy water. And then if I need them, run the canner a second time. Okay, but now that this is up to a boil, we are going to go ahead and add the sugar. Now, yes, this is a lot of sugar, but remember, you're not going to eat a whole jar. This is going to make at least, I'm hoping it makes 7 jars. So you're not going to eat the whole thing, and it's the sugar and the vinegar that preserves this and makes it shelf stable so you can actually put it on your shelf. So you need the sugar and you need the vinegar. So we're not going to be using homemade vinegar on anything canning because we don't know the acidity level, just like we don't use fresh lemon juice. We always use bottled lemon juice because we have to have it consistent so that it's safe to can with. Because the whole goal, and I know somebody just asked me a question yesterday, like on one of my jelly videos, like, do I have to use sugar? Can't I use like an artificial sweetener? Here's the thing. You can make jelly like that and put it in your freezer maybe or in your fridge. But when it comes to making jelly to put in your pantry, you cannot really deviate. Because the whole point of putting it in your pantry is making it shelf stable. So there's only certain ways to do that. You know, we know in preserving, you know, sugar, vinegar, salt. These are all ways that we use to preserve things. So you can make stuff. It just doesn't mean that you can can it. Like, not everything. It's kind of like canning noodles. You know, I got that question too not too long ago about canning noodles in chicken soup, like, because she just wanted instant. Well, not everything can be instant when it comes to home canning. This is why I'm an ingredient canner, because once you start adding too many things to it, it changes the quality. So I would rather take home canned chicken, home canned jar of carrots, a home canned jar of celery, a home canned jar of chicken stock, and dump it all in a jar and then put my noodles in it. And because you've got to bring it up to a boil anyway. You've got to bring it up to a boil and let it simmer for 10 minutes to make sure that it's safe, right? In case there is anything in that jar that wasn't killed, it will be killed as long as you bring it up to a boil and you simmer it for 10 minutes. So you're going to warm it up anyways. So I don't know. I'm not a shortcut person though. So to me, doing that is better and just as easy as dumping it in a bowl and putting it in the microwave. Does that make sense? Like, I rarely use my microwave. We only have it because Danny likes to do popcorn in it for the kids. I never use it. The other day when I warmed up leftover spaghetti for the kids, I put it in a pot. Like, that's just how I was raised. You know, you just warm things up in a sauce pot. So not everything can be canned. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Not everything is safe to can, and not everything should be canned. Let me grab because I don't like the foam on my jelly, so I always put a little pat of butter. You do not have to do this. You can scoop the foam off. So just a little pat. Let's see. Please like and subscribe. Yes, thank you. Oh, I can look on the box. All right, watch this. Keep an eye on this, Jen. I'll go look on the box and see. I don't think so. I think they're bigger, but let me look. These are half pints. So So they're half pints. So they're 8 ounces. So they are going to be the same as a regular jelly jar. They're just shaped a little different. But they are half pints. I thought they were really cute though. And their mainstay, okay, cost me, I think I paid $8 or $9 for a box of them, which is 12. And I don't worry so much about not having my jars returned to me. You know, like I've got a lot of vintage jelly jars that are like, I mean, I have some that are like almost 100 years old. So I hate to give those away because I don't get them back, you know? So with these, they're cute and they're inexpensive. So if I'm giving it as a gift, I'm giving it as a gift. Sometimes I do give a vintage jar. If I know, if I'm giving it to like a canner, somebody that cans, I'll gift the vintage jar because those are fun. But when I'm giving it to my kids and they don't give me back my jars, they're getting mainstay. Heather, I love your faithful spirit, and of course you're. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Does canning time change depending on jar size? Well, when you're doing jellies, I want to say sometimes you can can them in a pint, but really, all the jellies that I do in half pints. So, you know, anything bigger, anything thicker, like you wouldn't can jelly, definitely not in a quart. It's a density issue, right? We need that heat in the center of the jar. Well, when we're canning jelly, we're not pressure canning it. We're just water bath canning it. So we're just kind of getting the air out of it and then sealing it down. The vinegar and the sugar, you know, plays a big part of that. So we don't want to get it too thick in the center to where it becomes an issue of, you know, it just gets too thick, if that makes sense. So I only can in jelly jars when I'm canning jelly. And, but, you know, check your book because I can't remember offhand if they allow for pints or not. I think it's usually like 4 ounces or the 8 ounce jars. You know, I have used the Pomona, the liquid pectin. I don't like it. You add it in at a different time. It's more expensive and I don't like the way it sets. It's a looser set for me. I like the powdered pectin. The powdered pectin I can also buy in bulk at my Mennonite store or on Amazon. And it's a fraction of the price. So why, and I can a lot of jelly, okay? I got kids that eat peanut butter and jelly like it's going out of style. So I don't see the reason to pay extra for the liquid when I don't even like the set. When I can buy this in bulk and save money and get a much better result. So I don't use the liquid pectin, but to each their own, because some people like it. I think you can also go a little lower sugar where like if you're using powdered pectin, you know, they recommend you use the low sugar pectin. Like I don't get into all that. I just make jelly very traditionally and I like the powder and it's inexpensive. And in today's economy, like if I don't have to spend the money, I'm not spending the money. So, all right, so we're almost to a rapid boil that we cannot stir down. So when that happens, they say 60 seconds, time it. I always do 2 minutes. But I also never have a problem with my set. So usually when your jelly does not set right, it's because it did not hard boil long enough. You didn't activate the pectin. So I just err on the side of caution and I just do it for 2 minutes. It's just like I add a little smidgen extra of pectin. It's just always been a good luck thing for me. and I've never had issues. So don't fix what ain't broke, right? I'm going to fit 7 in my canner. But if I have to run a second canner, I will. But 7 fits comfortably in my canner on the little wider of a jar. But you could probably fit more than 7 if you're using like a regular standard jelly jar. So keep that in mind. As long as it can fit in your canner, you can make more. I'm hoping to get 7 jars out of this. I will be so grateful if I get more. Of course, you know, because I got a greedy spirit. I got a greedy spirit. And I want more bang for my buck. There are no Mennonite people or stores anywhere. Oh, well, you know, you can buy the pectin in bulk on Amazon. I do have it in my Amazon storefront under my canning, so that you can always find in my description box. My Amazon storefront, and then I have different categories, and I have a category just for canning, and you'll be able to find the pectin in bulk there. I always try to keep an eye on it too. If I find a sale or a deal, I'll always try to share it over on Facebook. I'll try to share too on the posts here on my main page. Okay, so we just shut that off. Now I just stir it a little bit longer after I even take off the heat, because this is an enameled cast iron, so it'll boil for a little longer. All right, now how should I do this? Because I want you to be able to see. I might have to move you. So hold on. As we pivot together. I lovingly hold you in my hands. I will not let you fall. All right. So I'm going to remove this for right now. Put this in my sink. And then I'm going to use, oh, this will probably fit okay here. I'm going to remove that. I always keep a sink of hot soapy water next to me. That's going to be my debubbler. All right, so now let me open up my canner. And let me bring out a jar. So my jars are all sterilized, even though I know the new regulation says you don't have to do that. But hot jelly in hot jars. So I always try to keep it hot. If I'm doing, you know, room temp, I'm doing room temp. And we're going to can this. I don't know how you can better see it. To a 1/4 inch headspace. Okay, so I use the measurement on the jar, the rings on the jar, to get to that 1/4 headspace. All right, and then we're going to, of course, debubble, because we have little pieces of pepper in there. We'll grab out some vinegar for my rims and paper towel. Okay, and I'm gonna take, hold on, I'm gonna get a little spoon. I'm just gonna dunk the back of it. I don't want any pepper. And you can see how that is set up. Just from dunking. All right, now I'm gonna taste it. Oh. Okay, hot soapy water. Woo! Ah, spicy. Okay, she's spicy. My boys are gonna love that. All right, I'm gonna get a little jar here. Okay, one of the kids' little juice glasses, just to hold my funnel, because I don't like to make anything like that. Like, I'm gonna have spillage, but it bothers me. I like to try to keep everything as clean as possible. All right, so we're gonna wipe off the rim there. Now, when I do my lids and rings, they're in hot water, but I also always add an extra, I add an extra lid in there just in case you run into problems. I rarely have, but sometimes you'll find like maybe a lid got a little dented, or you know, one falls on the floor. All right, fingertip tight, but my fingertip will not be your fingertip because my fingertips are damaged. So there we are. I'm gonna hold you up and I'm gonna spin you up, and there is the jelly. All right, so in the canner it goes. And we'll bring up another jar. And just take your time, right? It's not a race. I'll try to get you down a little lower this time. I think that's as low as I can get you. Let's see, I think so. Okay, take your time, especially if you're new, okay? So this is what I look for, okay? This main band here that goes all the way around is your 1-inch head space. This center ring, so you want to line it up where the rings cross over. The center ring is your 1/2-inch head space. That's going to be for like your pickles and your salsa. This top one right here, that ends right here, is your 1/4-inch head space. That's going to be your jelly, okay? So you don't need one of those funnels that have the measurements on it, okay? You can just use your jar, okay? So we're gonna put and we're gonna be topping it right here at the 1/4-inch head space. These are things that I have learned along the way that the Lord has me passing on to you, which is why I'm still here. All right, we're gonna take it up. Now, you see we're at the 1/2-inch head space there, so we're just gonna add a little bit more, a little smidgen. Okay, so we get to that 1/4-inch. I'm gonna take our debubbler. Make sure there's no air pockets anywhere. Okay. And then we're going to take our vinegar, go around and just make sure that's all nice and clean. If you're nice and slow and you just take your time, it's very rare you'll even get stuff on your rims. Sometimes it can get messy. Barbecue sauce is kind of messy, but for the most part, you'll be golden. I'll be cheering you on. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. All right, fingertip tight, okay? And then in the canner it goes. You're a blessing to us. Oh, Lisa, you're a blessing to me. Thank you for explaining that. I didn't know that. Yeah, see, now you know, right? Right? Oh, that makes my heart so happy. I love passing on the baton. I have learned a lot from some of the old-time canners here on YouTube. One of my favorites was Bev Wolfe from our Half Acre Homestead. I learned so much from her. Cat's Cradle. I'm trying to think of all the women that have come on before me. Bear Prepper. Bear Prepper had a dream pantry. It was like in a garage. It was like in a shed, not a shed. It was like a shop. And it was from her that I learned about 5-gallon buckets and like keeping my flour and sugar in them. And so if it wasn't for those women, I would not be doing this. So, Noreen's Kitchen taught me how to make bread. like there's so many amazing, powerful women here that were willing long before you could make money on YouTube. They just did it for the love. And so my channel is like, my channel is a homage to those women because I'm just paying it forward. I'm not special. I'm just a mom who learned, and now God has laid it on my heart to like keep passing the baton, keep sharing for anyone else who wants to learn this. So, all right, fingertip tight, and there we have it. All right, in the canner it goes. So we got 3. Bring out another one. Got our lines. Okay, let's see. Love the canner tong grips you have. I think they're in my Amazon storefront. These, I love these. Ball makes these. These are the Ball ones. And I like them because they're spring loaded. And with my hand injuries, I can't use the regular ones. My hands won't hold it. So with the spring, I've got, it just helps my grip. So Heather, what would be the cost if someone bought a jar? Just curious. I don't know how much I would, I don't know how much I would charge. Like, I've never sold my jelly. I've only just gifted it. But I know I talked to my aunt about it. I'm like, because everything is hard to get up here, and because like all these peppers I grew in my garden, right? It's like in my jars, which up until now have been many jars you can't even buy anymore. I'm like, what would it be? $20 a jar? Who's going to pay that? They'll go to the grocery store and buy jelly. But then again, some things are just you can't buy at the store. And jelly made with love is one of those things, right? So, but yeah, I've never sold my jelly. So, there's a guy at church that always wants me to sell him bread. And I just can't. I'm like, John, I cannot charge you for bread. So I just give it. So, fingertip tight. My fingertip won't be your fingertip, though, because my hands are damaged. So, there we go. All right, let me grab out another, because I want to grab this center jar, and it's hard to get to when I got jars around it. I'm going to grab this one out while I can. And we'll put this little guy into the canner. All right, let's see. You are special. I never watch anyone live except you. Oh my gosh, Bubbles, I love that. I feel so special. Thank you. Yes, I need it myself. Okay, I know somebody had asked me the last time we canned why I only bring out 1 jar at a time. And that's because when you bring out more jars or you're canning like multiple jars, it leaves the jar open to, right, the elements, right? Floaties, dust. It also cools down the jar. So your jar isn't hot, like it's coming right out of the hot water. So, hot jelly, hot jars, 1 at a time to keep the jars nice and clean. And also then you won't rush. There's so much in life that we are rushed through, right? There's so many things that we feel like we're hurried through. Canning shouldn't be one of those. Like, canning should be a respite for you. Canning should be soulful. It should feed your spirit. So it should be, you should take your time doing it and love it. Like, enjoy the entire process. Don't just try to get in the jar and get it done. Like, just enjoy the process. It's a journey. Like, canning is a journey. And if you deal with anxiety, if you deal with depression, if you deal with sorrow, panic attacks, like anything like that, like, I won't say canning can cure it, but I'm going to say canning can cure it. Anytime that I'm feeling anxious, I pray, I'll sit in my Bible, and then I'll come out here and I'll can something. It pivots your heart space. You're now being proactive. You're putting food by for yourself, for your loved ones, the people you care about, if you gift them to, friends, family, neighbors, whatever it is. It pivots your heart space. So I don't think canning is one of those things that just needs to be done, but it's a process, and almost like say a therapy session. Sometimes it can be better than a therapy session. It's beautiful, and it's a beautiful process, and it's a beautiful way of living, and I just love it. I love it. And so I think you can always tell when somebody loves what they do, because, it's love in jars, right? Okay, we got one more jar here. Let's see if I can grab her. There we go. All right, let's see. Me, I would totally buy it. It used to be make homemade jam online for about 35 bucks a jar. Wow. You are so sweet. I just jarred up a dozen San Marzano tomato jars. Nice. I have all my San Marzanos in my freezer. I'll have to show you guys. Here where I live, people sell, depends on the size, from $5 to $8. Yeah, I would say $8 to $10, $8 to $12. I've seen them as high as $12. It all depends on what the ingredients are. But that's about the going price for here too. Okay. Now, I think I have enough for maybe another jar. So if I can do another jar, I don't know if I can fit it in my, I don't know if I can squeeze one more jar in my canner. I might be able to. These are kind of wide, so they take up a little more space. Okay, let's see. Your pepper jelly looks awesome. I love pepper jelly. Great tips. I love pepper jelly too. We love pepper jelly over a block of cream cheese. Yes, Lori, yes. You speak in my love language, girl. Heather, you're so right. Canning, baking, cooking is great therapy for me too. I'm telling you, like, I just remember being in that hospital and just wishing I could do this one more time, praying, Lord, what I wouldn't give to be in my kitchen one more time cooking for my babies, like things I took for granted. I will never take for granted again. All right, I'm going to try to maneuver. Hey, baby. You would say hi to everyone. We're on live. Hello. I'm going to see if this jar can fit. Can we fit it? Yes, I think we can. All right, we're gonna do one more jar. We can fit one more jar. Again, which is why really hot soapy water is really good, because that jar is hot because it's been sitting in hot soapy water. Did I turn that on? Oh no, okay, that's my camera. I'm like, did I have a habit of turning on my dishwasher. Okay. Let's see. And see, it's just now starting to set up, see it? So, but this enameled cast iron pot was able to keep this nice and warm, so it didn't set too soon. All right, 1/4 inch. Oh, and I have just enough probably for a bagel for you, Mamie.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's get that cleaned up. And this is why it's always good to put one extra lid in your hot pan of water. And then we'll take a clean ring here. And we were able to get 8 half pints from this recipe. Okay, so how can I do this? I'm gonna lift you up. Woo! Let's see, maybe can I move it here, maybe? Can I move this here? Or hold it, hold the base. Hold it so our ladies don't fall into the sink. Hold on, I'm gonna move this arm up. I'm gonna move you down. See the little spot I made? Maya says, bravo. We maneuvered that well. All right, and now we're gonna lower this last jar down. Hold on. I want to move it just a little. Okay, so 8 half pints. All right, now I'm gonna take my lid. I'm gonna turn it to can. It's been on medium. So now I'm gonna put it to, I'm gonna put those in the hot soapy water. And then we're just gonna bring this up to a rapid boil. And then when we get there, we will process them for 10 minutes. So okay, hold on. Before I wee you, I'm gonna put the rest of this jelly. Let's see if we can get the rest of this into this little juice jar, this little drinking jar. I hate to waste any of it. Right, Mimi?
Yeah.
Did you want to try it? It's spicy. It might be a little early for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so hot soapy water, clean pan, which I'll soak in hot soapy water, and then we got a little bit of jelly left. So this hot soapy water,
Enough for an English muffin.
this vinegar is going to go right into my canner, and it'll help with the hard water that I have because I'm on well water. And then there's enough, and I'm just going to leave this on the counter, and it will harden up. And if Mason doesn't eat it, Eric will when he gets home. So, all right, so now we just wait for the canner to come to a boil, and that is it. All right, so is there any questions? 10 minutes, we're going to process it. Once it comes to a rapid boil, and I'll show you, it's going to be a hard boil. Not little boils, hard boil. And I'm using my electric water bath canner. I like it much better than a stovetop. I always burn myself when I water bath can. It never fails. So you can have the rest of that, baby. So I prefer the electric water bath canner because I don't burn myself on it. How spicy is it? It's spicy, but I'm using the hot peppers from my garden, so I knew it would be. So I have jalapenos in there. I have cherry bombs in there. I have Hungarian hot wax in there. I've got, I think, a couple of habanero in there. So it's hot. You do not have to make it that hot and spicy. If you don't like spice at all, but you just want that pepper, I hate to get rid of notifications because I'm afraid I'm going to lose you. But if you don't want to add hot peppers at all and you just want to do the sweet bell peppers, you can leave it at sweet bell peppers. Do you like it? Oh, Mason, it's not that spicy? It's not to him. He's following his brother's footsteps. All of his brothers, except for Jake, right?
So,
Jake doesn't like hot and spicy, but Luke doesn't.
yeah, no.
Luke cannot have hot and spicy. He
Luke
got a
can't
sensitive
have it.
stomach.
Yeah, Luke can't have it.
But Zach, Eric, and now Mason, they all like those hot, spicy where it makes you sweat. Oh, let's see. It would be a beautiful dish to have on Thanksgiving table. Yes, because it's very, I mean, you could call it carnival pepper jelly. I've seen it called carnival pepper jelly. I call it a pepper party because I feel like all of my peppers in my garden have jumped in a bowl to have a party. They're so pretty. So I call it pepper party jelly. So you can name it whatever you want. It's your jelly. But it's beautiful because it has all the colors. And when we pull it out of the canner, you'll see. It's really beautiful. I'll post pictures too on it. Oh, how I wish I was eating a little bit sitting on the counter. I know, right? Right? On a bagel. I have an everything bagel. Put some cream cheese on it. Put some pepper jelly on top of it. You could even sprinkle a little bit of, everything bagel seasoning on top of it if you wanted. We eat well in this house. I try to eat frugally, but we eat well. And we try not to waste. That's why we do leftover makeovers. Let's see what else. I'm going to ask the exact same question. Can you just put the little bit extra in a jar in your refrigerator? Absolutely. Yes. Titus? Yes, you can. So if you don't have, especially if you don't have enough to fill the 1/4 inch, don't throw that jelly away. Just let it cool on your counter. When it comes to room temp, you can put a canning lid and a band on it. I buy the plastic. Baby, can you go in my canning drawer and grab me some plastic? Plastic lids. I'll show you the plastic lids. I get them on Amazon, super cheap. You have to be careful which ones you buy. I've learned the hard way. I like the ones with the rubber gaskets. Some of them are just plastic, and so if they fall over, it'll leak. But if you buy the ones with the little rubber seals, okay, so I've got 2 that I can show. Oh, thank you. Okay, so this one, now this one will look dirty. It's not though, it's the writing. This one, if you can see, it's just plastic. Okay, so it's just a plastic lid. If you use this and it falls over, it'll leak. This is why I use this one, has powdered sugar on it. So anything powdery, it's fine for. This one, do you see the little rubber gasket? Now, once they're in, they're so hard to get out. Maymay, can you grab me a little knife?
Little knife.
Yeah, just a little knife. Once you put them in there, they're like, they in there. Unless you're doing barbecue sauce, and then I pull them out because I wash them really, really well. But once you wash these, dry them, and set them back into the little lid, they're tough to get out. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh wait. What I do for love, what I do for love. That's how much I love you guys. I torture my hands. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's like hanging on by a thread. And now I can't stop because now it's because I can't get it out. I have to get it out. Because how dare you? It's rude. You know I want to get you out of here, but I don't know if I can. Oh, it's like so close. Mamie, grab me like a grab me one of them steak knives that has like a tip. Oh, my tomato knife. Grab me my tomato knife, baby.
One of these?
Yeah, with that sharp tip. Yeah.
You're invested.
Here we go. I'm invested. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is the rubber gasket ones. This is the plain plastic. So if you're going to do jelly, if you're going to do barbecue sauce, if you're going to do salad dressing, if you're going to do anything that could leak, you're going to want to buy these with the little gasket. Anything that you're using, like this one for powdered sugar, you know, if it falls over, the powdered sugar ain't going to come out. But if this falls over and it has barbecue sauce in it, it's going to fall out. And so all you do is they'll come like band together. Wash the lids, wash the band, wash these little gaskets, dry them really well, and then just pop them in, and they're perfect. And then Mamie brought out a Parmesan cheese. Did you put that away?
Yeah.
Can you grab it for me? Grab me a wood one too. I'll show a wood one too. I'll show you the lids I use. You need to get a double-ended nail cuticle pusher. Because a little curved end, I have one. I have one of those little manicure sets that you get on Amazon for like $10. It's pink. Danny has a black one. He had his before he even knew I had one. And so I'm like, that's funny. Did you get it on Amazon? He's like, yeah, it's like the same exact one, except his is black and blue and mine's pink. But that is a great tip. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Barb. I am not a gatekeeper. I will, oh, you can't. All my wooden ones are probably on top of my counter. Okay, so the Parmesan cheese, if you buy the sprinkled cheese, look, I cook for kids. I could spend a little fortune getting the fresh Parmesan. They don't like it. They're like, where's the real Parmesan cheese? They like the sprinkled cheese. So does Danny. So these lids are perfect. I don't think I have do I have a regular mouth jar? Like a regular jelly jar? They fit on jelly jars. They fit on regular mouth jars. So, oh, baby, in my cabinet. I would take you off of this and just walk with you, but I'm afraid to disconnect you because I've had problems with that. Yeah, the mom's mosh pit peppers. Open up the seasoning cabinet, my love. And then you see the the chili foot. Oh no, oh, you can bring that. I'll show that. But there's a jar right behind there that's red. You see it with the Parmesan lid? You got it. You got it. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are you making a bagel? Oh, this smells so good. Okay, so here's my mosh pit peppers that we dehydrated together. Fits perfectly on here. Okay. So you just need a little sprinkle, or if you want to measure it out, perfect lid. So don't throw these lids away. Yours might be green. We buy the Romano one. So mine are red, but keep these. Especially if you gift, say you dehydrate your own basil, your own oregano, your own sage for Thanksgiving bread. You can give the gift of seasonings. I do, because this is a lot. This is a lot of money and this is a lot of work. This was, 2 days in my dryer. You know what I'm saying? So I gifted these to my boys and they love it. These are all my, oh, you okay? These are all my homegrown peppers from last year that were in the freezer that I took out. We took them out together. I have a video on this. and we dehydrated them. And now I use them in, I put them in chili. I put them in sloppy joe. They are spicy though. And then this is pepper flakes. And this is one of those ball spice. It's the ball one. So I do have these. These are expensive. And you don't get the measurement, right? You can only sprinkle these out. This, you got double side and it's free. And you can write on it. So you don't have to spend your money on these. I get these a lot though for like gifts from my kids because they're like, they don't know. They're like, Mom, you have everything. It's true. So they buy me fun things like this. You know what I'm saying? And I love them. But you don't need to buy that. You can just use free. Well, not really free because you have to spend a couple bucks for the Parmesan cheese. But you can use that. And then I do have the wood lids that I have now. I have the Ball brand, which are beautiful. But I also have the No Name brand, which work just as good. So because I use them on my pasta jars, and let me spin you around, I'll show you. So those are all my pasta jars. Now that's not all the pasta that I have. I have spaghetti and angel hair, and I have some egg noodles that don't go in the jars. But for the most part, if I'm buying any kind of macaroni noodle, like broken up the little lasagna noodles we use for the homemade hamburger helper, bow tie, ziti, mastacholi, anything like that, they're all going up there. So not only is it decoration, because it looks really empty without my jars up there, but I'm using the storage up there. So it's not wasted space, but I use them. So when I'm making a pasta dish, I can literally look up in my kitchen and decide which pasta I want to use. So it's multifunctional. It's not a waste of space. I can see what I have. It's not easy to get to anymore. Before I could just jump on my stool and grab them. Now I got to have one of the kids jump on the stool and grab them for me, but that's okay. They don't mind. But it's easy, accessible, and I'm not wasting space. I'm using it for an extension of my pantry. So I use the wood lids for those. They have a really nice seal on them, so it keeps any of the dust and anything like that out. So Heather, have you got the Presto electric pressure canner? I do. Somebody sent it to me and I don't know who. I've asked in several videos, like I would love to know who sent it to me. When I got it, it was after the accident. It was delivered to the house. It didn't have a note in it. So somebody just sent it to me. I have made a video on it. We test ran it together. We canned up some water because I always like water in my pantry. It's really good for wound care, and it's a really good to have for an eye wash. And I like to also have it in case I need it for an animal, like my chickens, my turkeys, my dog, my cat. If I got to clean a wound, I have clean, sterile water on hand. So, but I haven't used it yet because it's smaller. And when I can still in big batches. Now, that's not to say I'm never going to use it. I haven't found, maybe when I start canning like leftovers, because I used to do that a lot. If I had leftover spaghetti sauce but now I do leftover makeovers for the most part, so I don't can a lot of leftovers. I'll reuse it. And maybe when Danny and I become empty nesters and we buy a fifth wheel and we start traveling and go around and live in all of our kids, because Danny's got 4 kids. I've got 6 kids. Between us, it's 10. That's a lot of driveways we could camp out in. So you never know. If I ever live the RV dream and just go traveling and just go from house to house to house, that would be a great canner to have. I haven't used it yet just because of smaller batches, but I do have one and I'm so thankful for it. So, I hope your cabinets are secured well on the wall. Yes, they are. Yes, those are custom made mahogany, solid mahogany cabinets. They're beautiful. But the former owner, his name's Jason. He's married to Mary. They're friends of mine now. I love them. I love their family. They've got 4 kids. When he built this house, he was a single man, so he spared no expense. This was the up north house for his family and all of his friends. It was the party house. He had boats and ATVs and, ski-doos and snowmobiles and all of those things. So he had money. He owned one of our local stores in town. So everything he did in this house is top notch and beautiful. So these kitchen cabinets are solid mahogany, and I love them. I know it's not trendy to have wood, but I don't care. I love my kitchen. I love my cabinets, and they are solid. You could hang on them. You can hang on them. They ain't going nowhere. Oh, let's see. Did I miss anything? Start keeping those lids. Who'd have thunk it? Yes, start keeping these lids, right? They're like, I mean, you don't have to have these are expensive. They're like $10 for 4. Just put it on your jelly jar, and there you have it. So keep your Parmesan lids. Can you check the canner for me and see if it's hard boiling? I think I hear it. I don't want to take them off though, because I risk shutting off the live stream. I've done that to them so many times. I've abused you guys so many times. I don't want to abuse you anymore. Oh, hello. How are you, Homestead by the Lake? Oh, I have to come over and visit your channel. Your videos are always just so relaxing. They're always so happy. You're such a happy person. You're just so full of joy. I love your channel.
It's more like vinyl wood, but it's not splashing on the wood.
But it's not. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to take you off. Okay. Lovingly and gingerly. All right. We're at a hard boil, I think. Let me spin you around. Yes. Okay. So this is the boil you want. Okay. So now we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. And then we're going to shut this off, and then we will let it sit. I'll set the timer for 5 minutes. That's all part of the processing time for jelly, okay? So it's a 5-minute rest in the canner after 10 minutes of processing. Oh, please don't shut off. Okay. And then we'll take them out. I don't know. I'm hoping that we can finish this out together. I do have, oh no, my phone call's at 1 o'clock. That's right. So I do have time. Okay, we'll be able to finish this out together. I'm happy about that. Okay, your kitchen looks so nice and cozy. Thank you. Thank you. It's I like I'm an earthy person. Like I love the rich, deep colors. My mother-in-law made me these. Aren't they beautiful? And they're all different. So here, give me Mina's. So they're all a little different. I think they're all different, aren't they? Yeah, this one, the other one says free range with the black rooster. And then I've got this one. So she made me 6 of them. Aren't they beautiful? I love them so much. So, and then they're double-sided. We've got the roosters on the back. I love anything homemade, handmade like this, because I have 0 talent. I can sew a button, barely. You probably won't want to ask me to, because I don't know how long it'll last on your pants or on your shirt. So anything handmade that you guys send me, like, I love so much. Because it just blows me away of the talent that people have. And my mother-in-law is super talented. Question, you said you have the jars waiting in soapy hot water. Is it really soapy? Yes, let me see, because now it's kind of cooling down now. I always have let me see, I'll spin you around. So, hot soapy water. So, and it's still warm. It's not super hot anymore. But this way, if I want to put some extra jars in here, I can keep them in here in waiting. And then I just give them a, quick rinse. You don't have to sterilize them anymore. If I can, I will. I'll put them in my canner before we get canning. But yeah, that's my hot soapy water. I always have, this is why I had to have a divided sink. I love the big farmhouse sinks, the big giant one sink, but it would drive me crazy because I have to have a hot soapy side. When I start my morning, when I come out here and whether I'm canning, baking bread, whether I'm going to cook something for dinner, I can't start anything in my kitchen unless my sink is spotless clean and washed down. My counters are clean and wiped down. And I have a hot soapy water in half the sink. Half the sink has to be empty for being able to rinse, but my hot soapy side has to be hot and soapy. And that is my thing. I cannot function in my kitchen. If I have a sink full of dirty dishes, I can't. They have to get put in a dishwasher or hand washed. I have to wash down my sink. I have to load hot soapy water on the one side, and then I can start working in my kitchen, because as I go, which Danny really loves, because he'll come behind me and he'll wash the dishes for me, and the hot soapy water makes it so easy because half the washing's already done, right? Because it's been sitting in the hot soapy water. So like washing my funnel and my ladle and all that's been soaking now in hot soapy water. And sometimes I'll put a splash of vinegar in there. And I use Dawn traditional blue dish soap. And so everything's super easy for me. I try to make my, I only have so much energy in the day. I only have so much before my body starts giving out. And if I don't listen to the cues of my body, I'll get really, really sick. My legs will swell like the size of tree trunks. I won't be able to, they'll start Charlie horsing. And then the toxic fluid makes me really, really sick. So I'll start vomiting. It's bad. So I try to really listen to my body. So I try to make things as easy as possible for myself. So I'm not working 10 times harder. Everything is streamlined and everything is easy for me. So how do you like the sink rack? I'm thinking about getting a couple. The sink rack. Are you talking about like my little insert, or the racks that go on the bottom to protect the bottom of your sink? Maybe that's what you're asking me. Let me know. But if you're talking about the racks on the bottom of the sink, I have to get used to them. I'm still getting used. I hate it when like a knife gets under there. So this is what I do. Anything small, like this can go in here, this can go in here. Anything small like this that can get under my rack like this. Okay, because this drives crazy. I can't handle. So what I do is I keep the dirty stuff here that will fall under there over here. This usually just gets rinsed and put in the dishwasher anyway. Yes, you can hand wash this, but I don't know. I would rather it be in the dishwasher. I want to make sure that all your mouth germs are off of it. Is that bad? I just want to make sure they're clean, okay? So this stuff usually goes in the dishwasher anyway. This stuff like this, like look at that. It's basically already clean. So I'm just going to wash that up and then give it a good rinse and it's done. So the hot soapy water comes into play, but that rack, as long as you don't put, like the silverware might drive you crazy, girl. But I'm really weird, okay? I'm picky. Am I picky, Mason? Am I a stickler for cleanliness, Mason? Do I like things clean?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Very much so. So I try to keep things as clean as possible, and I try to streamline things as much as possible. So I'm not working twice as hard. And not, I got to keep my energy. So, but you'll like the racks. The racks are nice. The sink is not scratched up. I will say that it has kept very nice. Sometimes when you're cooking, if you have like pieces of coleslaw or pieces of shredded lettuce, sometimes can get wrapped on the rack. That's annoying. But if those things don't bother you, the racks are great. I like that there's like a cushion there instead of it just hitting the bottom of your sink and scratching your sink. So I'd say, especially if you go with a black sink like mine or any kind of color like that where you might see the scratches versus like a stainless steel sink where you might not, it kind of blends in. Thanks, Barb. I'm glad you think it's hilarious. I think I drive my family crazy sometimes. I like hand washing too, like bowls, mixing bowls, things like that. Like I can't stand any of that in the sink, or I mean in the dishwasher. It's the only thing in the dishwasher should be silverware, plates, things that you eat off of, and cups, like drinking glasses, things like that. Everything else, it can be hand washed, But the mouth thing is like, I just try to make sure if you come to my house and I'm serving you dinner, I want you to know that your glass is clean. Your silverware is clean. You're not going to have anybody's mouth germs on it because everyone's level of cleanliness is not the same. If you eat at my house, girl, I got you. I got you. It's going to be clean. I promise. 5 seconds. Okay. When that goes off, just shut off the timer for me and shut off my canner for me if you can. Thank you, my love. Okay. Agree. That goes to the dishwasher. I wash my pans by hand. Me too. I don't like my pots. I invested in those because Costco got me at like Thanksgiving time one year, and they had a really good sale on those Chef Ramsay. What are those called? The Chef Ramsay pots?
Yeah.
What's the name of them? Do you remember? I can't remember the name of them. But Costco was selling both sets, the saucepan and the fry pan set. Did I freeze? Hexclad. That's it, Renetta. Thank you. Is it Renetta? I always say Renetta. But then I heard that somebody pronounces it Renita. Because that's what Danny was like, I think it's Renita. I said, really? Because I call her Renetta. So is it Renetta, number 1, or Renita, number 2? Am I right or is Danny right? Renetta or Renita? Renita. Danny's right. I'm going to tell him. I'll have to tell him. Number 2. Okay, Danny was right. I'm like, I call her Renetta. He's like, no. He's like, honey, I think it's Renita. I'm like, is it? I got to ask her. Okay, Renita. The Hexclad. So the Hexclad, there was a guy doing a presentation at Costco. And I made the mistake. Danny ran to go get toilet paper or something. And I just, I was, at the time I had my cane. Or I can push a buggy, but I was walking with my cane. And this was after after the accident. But I think it was 2022 was after my second leg surgery. And man, his demonstration, that was it. I was like, okay, give me the set. And he's like, which one do you want? And I'm like, give them both to me. And I purged all of my oddball. I had, oddball old pans. A lot of them were from Goodwill. And I replaced it with the Hexclad, and I love the Hexclad. If I see my Hexclad in the dishwasher, my head might explode. Mason laughs. Those get hand washed.
Thankfully, I haven't seen it in the dishwasher once.
Them Gordon Ramsay fry pans. I love the chicken fryer. Now, the chicken fryer is expensive. I think it's $225 on Amazon. But I splurged and I bought it because it's huge. I use that pan the most out of all the pans. I use that chicken fryer the most. I make everything in it. It's kind of like this chef pot from the Le Creuset because it's 7 quart. It's big, so I can make I can make my chili in it, my soups, my stews, anything in it. But that chicken fryer, like you can make your breaded pork chops in it. You can make breaded chicken breasts in it. You can make sloppy joe in it. You can make what else do I make? The Salisbury steak in it. It's wonderful. It's my most used pan. Do you use metal in the Hexclad? I do. I use metal in my Hexclad, and it's still perfectly fine. I do have some wooden spoons, but again, I'm really weird about cleanliness. So I will only use my wood utensils on certain things, right? Sauces. Like I'll use it on a spaghetti sauce. I cannot use wood on raw meat. When I see people making videos using wood utensils and raw meat, I gag. Like I can't watch it. Like it's just how do you get the meat juices out of the wood? Ooh, I can't. But then I'm funny with my wood. I'm a daughter of a butcher, right? My dad is a butcher, my mom was a butcher. So wood gets cleaned with salt. So, and it has to get oiled with food grade mineral oil, which I always keep in my cabinet. So I like stainless steel because you can clean it well. Sometimes I'll use the silicone, but you hear the silicone's not good for you. I just used it making the jelly. I like stainless. So I like the Hexclad because I can use the stainless on it. And I don't have any problems. Anyone know the cost for the 10-inch frying pan goes for? That I don't know. But check on Amazon because they sell them all on Amazon. Like an immersion blender, yes. But my immersion blender, Mason, I hate to bug you again. Can you grab my, my basket that I keep all my bread stuff in?
Yep.
Can you see if my immersion blender is in there? Because I think I put my immersion blender, which is the stick blender. Mine is a KitchenAid, and mine has a safety. I bought it specifically. Yeah, I think it's in. Is it in there?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, hold on. You hold it for
Never
me.
mentioned that.
I don't use my stick blender a whole lot. Yes, here it is. Okay, so here's my stick blender, and I have it. It also has a plastic thing that goes on it that clicks on this. But when it's down on your pan, the blade doesn't come anywhere near your pan. So this is why I love the KitchenAid one. I got it. I waited for it till it was on sale, and because I don't like paying full price for anything. Mason laughs because he knows. But you can use this with a Hexclad or your Le Creuset, and it will not hurt the pot. So this is, of course, in all of my, even in my ink mixer, I always get the stainless steel look because it's just, it matches everything, So, let's see, 126 for the 10-inch. And I don't know if they sell the Hexclad anymore, Maya, in the at Costco because I haven't looked. But I was able to get a really good deal on the sets. So I would say look at the sets too, because a set might cost you $200 and you get 3 pans. You know what I'm saying? So usually in the sets you can get a better deal. Loved your bread live. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying these lives. Did you set the timer for 5 minutes? It's probably, we can probably go over there.
It's definitely been fun.
We'll pull out the jars. I'm glad you guys like these live streams. I think they're a little different. I've seen people cook on live streams, but I haven't seen anyone like can on live streams or make bread on a live stream. And so it's much more interactive for me. Like the part of YouTube that I love is the you in YouTube. It's the interaction. It's you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I would have quit. Honestly, I would not be here. I would not have stayed on YouTube. I would not have come back on YouTube. You guys were the reason why I came back. And it's this. It's the connection. It's the community. It's the fellowship. I just love it. I love it. I love you guys. You guys mean so much to me, genuinely. So, Mason knows, right?
What?
I love my gentlemen too, but I love my ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Matt used to say that all the time about you guys. I love my ladies. And my ladies love me. All right, let me clean this up. Now, I'm going to give all of this is going to go in the hot soapy water so I can a second batch. And then I'm going to move all of that, and then I'm going to spin you around. And we will. Hold on, I'm going to try to get you off the pad so that you don't slip. And then we've got some pectin on it. How does that look? Oh, I'm like, why does that look dirty? Oh no, it's something on my phone. Okay, I got it now. All right, so I'm going to take the lid off of this and get my tongs and get a towel. And we will pull these out of the canner. Now with pepper jelly, because you have the peppers, it's totally normal for them to float up to the top. Usually before I serve it, like before I put it on cream cheese anyway, I don't want it in like a gelatinous thing. So I usually just take a knife and mix it around, and it'll get the peppers like nice and mixed in there. And it'll be pretty, because right now it's like the peppers are really liquidy. As this starts to set, you can also just give the jars a little wiggle like that, and the peppers will start to fall as the jelly starts to set. These are just tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. If it bothers you at all. It doesn't bother me. But I don't have anything, Kitty. This is canning pepper jelly. Molly, you don't want any of this. Molly's our talker. She's the one that found Danny outside. She was living in the woods. She brought us the 2 babies. She had 2 babies. She gave birth on Danny's chest in the middle of the night while he was sleeping. But I guess that's a sign of like trust and ooh, I'm gonna hear him pop now. Okay, let me see. I'll take you down. There we go. Beautiful. Now as this sets, so all you're gonna do, you can just give it a little wiggle, but see how hot it is? The peppers are really, but you see how they'll start coming down. Just give them a couple little wiggles. But that is it. Oh, so we got 8 jars. And I think we'll get 8 more because I'm going to, you're flying across the, whee! So we got 8 jars. I think I'll definitely get 8 more. If I can do a third run, I might have to go out and like search more peppers out of the garden. Which I think I have because I think Eric brought me in some the other day. So I'm going to hope I can get 2 more runs in. And oh my goodness, if I could have 24 jars on my pantry shelf, that would be great. It's the peppers will rise to the top. So if you want your peppers to come down into the jelly more, you just wiggle them just lightly as the jelly starts to set up. Right now it's like liquid candy hot. So, but as it starts to gel and turn into jelly, if you just give the jar just a nice little wiggle, those little peppers they'll fall. So there'll be more in all of the jelly instead of kind of stuck at the top. It's very normal. But if you want like the better presentation where the peppers are down into the jar, that's what you do. As it starts to harden up a little bit, just give it a little wiggle and those peppers will fall down. I don't really ever worry about that because when I open up a jar of pepper jelly, I always stir it. So the peppers always get mixed in anyway, but then I stir it because I don't want it just to plop out of the jar. So I stir it and break up the jelly, and then I pour it out onto a brick of cream cheese and then serve it with crackers or fresh baked sourdough bread. Oh, so good. We're gonna bake with this because I've never baked with them. I have the what steakhouse is it? Is it Logan's or is it one of them serves the brown bread, which I've made a copycat recipe, but I've got the loaf pan that is for like hors d'oeuvres. So when you bake bread, so what I want to do is I want to do the brown bread in the long bread pan that you slice, and you have like tea-size sandwiches. But it's for bread. It's not for crackers, but it'd be the size of a cracker, but it'll be fresh baked bread. So I want to do a loaf in there that I can then slice up and serve with yes, it's Outback. Okay, Outback. Can you post your recipe? I normally get the Mrs. Wage's hot pepper mix, but I would like to try recipe without the packet. Yes, I can. I'll post it in the description box under here. Now, if you like a lot of my recipes, because it either takes me time to write it out or type it out, that's something that I do offer on my VIP $5 a month membership. I always post it for them so that they can always come back and find it. So, so that's like one of the perks of the membership if you are interested in that.
You can also post the recipe in the community tab.
Yes, that's where it goes. That's where it goes. So, I can always take a picture too. So if my hands are bad and I can't write something out, I'll post a picture of the recipe and then I'll post that. So, but I can definitely do that for you, Lori, in the, I'll do it in the description box for you. I should do it. Maybe I should do it in a post and then pin it to the top. I don't know. Maybe I'll do both. You're welcome. Yes, Outback. Okay, so it's Outback that has that brown bread. That's so good. I have the copycat recipe to that. It's so good. I've got a video on it, but we're gonna put it in that long little, the little tea time sandwich bread and bake that up. There's a lot I want to do this fall. I want to accomplish, I want to bake. And so, but I'll take you guys along for the ride. And if you guys love the live streams like this, that where we do it together, like in the reel, I'll continue to do these. So you just let me know. I know these take longer, and I know sometimes you don't want to watch like a hour and a half, 2 hour video. But it's also nice to be able to answer questions in real time. So instead of like trying to weed through the comment section, and like my hands only type so much. My thumb, I have a non-working thumb. So like this is my typer thumb. And so when I sit even at the computer, like my hands only go so long, with everything I do around here. Usually at the end of the night, like I have a claw hand and Danny's got to massage it and I got to ice it and all that kind of stuff. So I do the most that I can, but I'm also one person. Like I don't have a staff. I don't hire people. I know a lot of bigger channels do. I just don't, because I don't want to lose this. Like I like doing it all. I just can't do it all, right? So I do as much as I can. So, but if you guys like the lives, I love the lives. They take longer. I have to set up for them a little bit so that I'm not going through all my drawers and all that kind of stuff. But if you enjoy them, we'll continue on making them because I think they're fun. Yes, we're making a community, It's just us, right? It's just us. And I love like getting a chance to hang out, Yes, yeah. So like if I can a lot, because I also have to prep, right? So all those peppers have to grab that big bag of peppers in there for me. May. Thank you, my love. So somebody has to chop the peppers, right? I mean, I guess I could hire out my kids, but it's part of the process for me. So I enjoy all the prep work. It's just part of it. It's part of it's part of the love. So like, you got to do the peppers and then you got to do the canning. And then, eventually my hand it's my right hand. My left hand can act up too, but it's really my right hand that's damaged, and I'm right-handed. So, so once she starts clawing up on me, like I'm done. Even though I want to type back, I'm like, I want to answer that. And then sometimes I can't find you again. So with all the videos that I have, like I still have people commenting on some of my very first videos. My first jelly videos. The canning jelly for the first time, I get about 5 comments on that a day. So so sometimes the comments get lost for me. I wish YouTube would organize them a little better and easier, but they all come in on one long continuous page, and the only thing that you can see is the video, like the thumbnail of which video they're commenting on. So I can't click on the video. So when somebody asks me, what did you use in the video? What is that utensil that's next to the sink? I don't know. Because that video was made 9 years ago and I can't click on it. It just shows me the thumbnail. I would have to go and search it down, and then I'd have to watch the whole video to go find it. So I wish it was a little easier sometimes. Heather, do you make a list of your people, of like who, like my members? I have my members. So I have a VIP membership, which is $5, and then I have an Inner Circle membership, which is $25. And the Inner Circle people get my phone number. So they have a special phone number that they can hit me up at any time with any questions. So if you're in the middle of a canning session, or you're in the middle of making bread, or you're in the middle of something and you need a quick question answered, you have one-on-one contact with me. And then I also do giveaways, which I love doing. I just mail out gifts. Any of my like latest, greatest finds tools that I use, the ball canning book when it first came out and nobody could find it. All my inner circle members got a book. So like that kind of stuff is fun for me. So my inner circle have like one-on-one contact with me. I want to do more with them, yeah, I love that we have. It's a small, very close-knit community, and I love them. So, but I have a list of both. So YouTube does give that to me. Thank goodness. It is really nice. It's nice. I like that they did the memberships here because I know a lot of people had to go off on Patreon. And I'm not a Patreon person. Now, I do have Patreon memberships. I have a membership to Bear Independent. I love Bear Independent. I love his Bible studies. I learn a lot from him. And so I go over to Patreon, and the amount of information he has over there on emergency preparedness is wonderful. So I go over there for him. But I'm not a Patreon girl. I'm a YouTuber. So yes, I go on Patreon. Yes, I'll go on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm on X, which I really am never on X. But I have all these social media platforms, but those aren't my homes. My home is and will always be YouTube. This is where I started. This is where you guys are. This is where I can find all of you. On those other platforms, everybody gets fractured, you know? So, you know, some people don't like using TikTok. Some people don't like Facebook. Some people don't like Instagram, you know? Some people don't like X. So, so this is the place where I can find everyone. And this is just where I'm comfortable. So, hello, girl. Girl, I got to call you. When you're not busy, let me know. Kava. Because I got to talk to you. Oh, good afternoon, Mrs. J. Mayer. I'm glad you guys could join in. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Heather, my KitchenAid just blew up this morning. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, Lori. Where did you buy your ink? I bought my ink Pleasant Hill. I think it's Pleasant Hill. Pleasant Hill, I think. Hold on. You're going to come into my bedroom. Now, don't judge. I did not make my bed yet. And I got 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got 4 laundry baskets of laundry to fold today. Okay, we'll do it. And we'll get it done. All right, hold on now. Let me turn on my computer. Because I don't think I have the receipt thing here. All right, hold on. Let me turn on my mousey. All right, let's get on the computer. I think it's called Pleasant Hill. They sell a whole lot of things on it. Hold on, let me pull up my Googles. Pleasant. I think I might be wrong. That's why I'm on here, because with my brain injury, like I'll remember things totally wrong. So, Pleasant Hill Grain. Pleasant Hill Grain. Okay, hold on. Let me spin you around. Here we go, right here. Pleasant Hill Grain. So this is where I got mine. they have like the most colors here. So if you're looking for, but what I really loved about them, now when I got my first one, okay, because I got two. So I bought my first one, and when it came to me, it was scratched up. The paint was scratched. And it turned out that that there was something wrong with the paint and how it's set. So I had to return it. And so I returned, they sent me a new one. I returned the old one in the box that they sent the second one. And my second one was perfect. But their customer service, you guys, was so good. Like the women that were helping me, and even the women from Ankerstrom, who was also like on the team, they're the ones that get them sent in from overseas. They all worked together to figure out what happened with that and to get me a new one as soon as possible. So let me see what colors they have. They have the ocean blue, glossy white, Jubilee silver, which is the one that I have, red, harmony beige, sunbeam yellow, cloudy pink. The pink one is brand new. Black diamond, my one of my best friends, Angie, has the black diamond one. Light cream, black matte, which I almost got that one. Rustic maroon, one of my best friends, Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, she has the rustic maroon one. Forest green, coral crush, royal blue, and black chrome. And those are all the colors. I mean, they're all just so beautiful. This was a little dark for me, but if they would have had the like the 70s green, I would have gotten it. Like an olive green, I would have gotten that one. But you can't go wrong with the colors, right? I mean, they're all just so beautiful. The yellow, I love the pop of yellow. It wouldn't have matched my kitchen, but I love the yellow. I did consider the maroon, but then I just went with the one that matched my KitchenAid. I just stick with usually this one's called the Jubilee Silver. I usually stick with that because it matches everything, and I don't, which is so boring. Don't be like me. Don't be boring. I wish I could invite more color, but I am a neutral lover. Like I love the earth tones. I love the neutral colors. Thank you. That's where I just ordered my mill. Yes, this is where I've ordered my mill too. So I ordered my mill from them and I ordered my ink from them. And I love them. Their customer service is amazing. I tell you, I would not be an affiliate for very many companies, okay? Because you never know if a company is going to change. Pleasant Hill, if you ever see this, Pleasant Hill Grain, I don't think they have an affiliate, but I would help them get business, especially if I could get a discount code for you guys. I do a lot for discount code for you guys. If I can get you a deal, I will do it. But I would for them because their customer service was so incredible. I felt like family. I can't find the $25 membership. Maya, it's right on my main page. So but I can also probably leave a link. You can also find a link in most of my description boxes for it. You might have to scroll down because the VIP might come up first, the $5 one, and then probably the inner circle. That's the one that you want to look for. Renita is an inner circle member. Do you see the rooster that she has next to her name? Because my inner circle also gets special icons next to their name for, when they're with me longer. It keeps upgrading, and Matt made all of those himself. So I will never change them. They will never change. They will never be upgraded. They will always stay. As long as I have a membership for the inner circle, the icons will stay because Matt sat here at this computer for, it took him weeks because he didn't know what he was doing. It took him weeks to get those little icons made for next to everybody's names. And with each one, he was so excited. I remember him calling me from homeschooling downstairs. This is when he was working at home a lot because of COVID. And he was so excited. Look at what I made. Look at this rooster. Look at the mason jar. See? Maya, you got the mason jars. Oh, welcome to the family, Maya. Welcome to the inner circle, girl. And so he made those little mason jars, and he was so excited. I was like, those are so cute. We've got a KitchenAid mixer. I'm trying to think what else we have. We have a bread, a loaf of bread. We've got the canning jars. Yeah. Never been there before. You've never been here before? Oh, it's beautiful. Upper Peninsula. Oh, so you've been, my dad lives in the UP. He lives in Houghton, right off of Oscar Bay. He's like right off of Lake Superior. He's a little less than a mile. So it is beautiful up there. I want to take Danny up there because he's never been that far up in the UP. So we want to pack up the camper and head up to my dad's house, especially now that the fall is coming. But we've got a lot going on now. I've got a lot of things I'm juggling now. And I'm back to school. So we'll have to see if we can make it work. But the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, especially at this time of year, is so beautiful. So anyway, okay, is there any other questions? Let's see. Just like your All-American, the 70s green. Yes, I love the 70s green. I just, there's something about it. Like anytime I see it, I'm in love with that olivey green 70s color. And so my boys bought me that green All-American in my color for my 50th birthday because it's 70s green, right? And so that canner like means so much to me because it's from all of my boys. They all put their own hard-earned money into buying that for me. And it means so much to me. It's like just one of those, it's just one of those things I want to put it on display. For a while I did. I had it on my stove, but it was heavy for me to always have to move. Oh, you grew up in the streets of Mackinac. Wow, it's beautiful. And is it Boy Blank Island? Ooh. He had a cottage there. That had to be incredible. My kids have never been on the island. We've been up to Mackinac, but I've never taken them to the island. So that is something I really want to do next year with the kids. That's going to be, we almost made it this year. But, and we had a pool put in and chaos ensued. Danny and I went down to Tennessee for my birthday and had, that was my first vacation since the accident. And so that was incredible. So this upcoming year, I really want to make it to the island. I'm doing good, Steady. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, you have an apple green. I wish the bigger mixers came. I think they're starting the new. I know they got rid of the Pro Line 7, and I think it's now a professional. It's like the 600. I think is it the professional 7 is what they're calling it now. I know those are now coming out in colors, and I'm so glad because the Pro Line only came in like 4 or 5 colors, like the standard colors. And part of having a KitchenAid, the fun is the color, which is why I don't know why I always get silver. Why do I always play it safe? I want the copper one. I wish they would come back out with the copper. I don't know. I love the copper so much. And when I started redoing the kitchen after I started getting back into my kitchen, I started with the copper because it just looked really good with the mahogany wood of the cabinets, and then it just kind of spiraled from there. Where now if I can get it in copper, I'll get it in copper. My pool has been great therapy. My leg is so much stronger. I can actually walk up a flight of stairs now with both my legs, like one foot after the other, instead of having to go the good leg, good leg, good leg. which takes me forever to walk a flight of stairs, I can actually walk up a flight of stairs. I still can't walk down. So when I walk down, I have to walk with my bad leg and my bad leg. So I go one leg at a time. But I'm hoping that I can strengthen my leg. I've got an exercise bike. So I'll be using that and doing the weight, where you put like a barbell on your knee. They teach you that in like rehab therapy, and do leg lifts with it. So I'm hoping I can get my leg to a point where I can get it strong enough where I can walk up and down flight of stairs normally. Because I'm still not there yet, but I still have a lot of I'm still recovering. The second surgery that I had in 2022, they told me 4 years from there. So yeah, so it's a long recovery, but I'm here. I'm here. So it's a good day. I've come really far, Lori. I have. So anytime I start feeling discouraged or start feeling a little down because things aren't going as quickly as I wanted, I have to remind myself, like, I'm walking, talking, and I'm able to get back into my kitchen. And so it's a good day. All the other little minor things, I just let them go, just let them go. And if it comes back, it comes back. And if I walk down a flight of stairs one leg at a time for the rest of my life, at least I can walk. You know what I'm saying? I follow this woman's story on Instagram. She was pregnant with, I believe it was her third child, her third little boy. And she got really sick, and she was 6 months pregnant, and baby was born premature. And in order to keep her alive, her organs going, they had to give her that medicine that makes your organs strong but affects your limbs because the blood doesn't pump through them. She lost all 4 of her limbs. One of her legs she lost up to her hip, which is where they were going to amputate my leg. So I think about like what could have been. And even at my worst, there are still so many people that had it so much worse than me. And here this woman now is, has neither of her arms and neither of her legs. And she's getting artificial arms, and I think they're starting to work on artificial legs for her. But she's such an inspiration to me of not wallowing, like in the book of Job, and really just, it's in the suffering where you find Jesus. It's in the suffering where you're sanctified. You're not sanctified in the good times. You're sanctified in the hard times. That's why we have to consider it all joy. So who am I? How dare I? Who am I to complain, right? Like, I have it pretty good. I have it pretty good, So, so even on hard days, yesterday was a hard day. I had a lot of asthma, had to have a couple of treatments, felt really winded, lost my voice, because that's what happens when I take my inhaler. I lose my voice, which is hard for me because I'm a talker. But even when I'm just not feeling good, I'm like, okay, well, this will pass. And even now, everything is good. I'm still okay. It's just some days are harder than others, and that's okay. Don't fight it, just go with it. Sometimes God has to slow you down. So what I do, I'm writing out the book of Job. So when I don't feel good and I can't do anything else, I'm writing out the Bible. And I can do this from my bed. You know what I'm saying? I just lay on my side, grab my pen, and just start writing. So sometimes God has to have you in the Word. and slow you down. I was able to browse through my canning books yesterday. So I still did things. I just wasn't up and active. So, anyway, all right. I love you guys so much. Thanks for spending 2.5 hours with me today. If it goes on any longer, I think YouTube will struggle uploading it. I think 3 hours is the max. So I love you guys. I hope you had fun. Thanks for canning with me. I'll be doing I'm hoping 2 more sessions of the pepper jelly. I'll definitely be I have at least 5 cups and another half a cup. So I can definitely do 1 more canning session. So so I'll have at least 16 jars I hope to put up, but if I can get 24, I'll be a happy woman. And thanks for hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions, leave them down below for me. I'll try my very best to find you and answer you. And I think the next video that I'll be doing, if I can come back tomorrow, I know I'm going to get with Stacy from She Lives Rooted, because we are going to do a Bible study after Labor Day. We're going to start a Bible study, and I'm going to use one of her Bible study books. So I want to do a live stream with her talking about that. I know that so many of you wanted to see my coloring setup. I'll just spin you around, which is here. So I'm going to do a video on my coloring, because my coloring is what keeps my hand moving and strong. And it also helps with any anxiety. If you have depression, if you have panic attacks. I used to have panic attacks. You like legit feel like you're dying, like you can't breathe. But it also helps if you have brain injuries. I color because I have brain injuries. It helps with the mind-hand connection. Coloring does so many wonderful things for you. So I will show my coloring setup and show you what I use. And I'm also going to do a video on tallow. Tallow, the tallow comes out this Sunday. So she has a new product, and it's I will share it. It's drops for your face, and it makes you very dewy, and it is wonderful. So if you love to oil cleanse with tallow, if you love to put the tallow on your face, you're gonna love the drops, the glowing. It's called Glow Up. It's glowing drops. You put 5 drops on your face, you rub it in, and it just makes you I tell you, my skin, I'm 52 and my skin has never looked this good. And I think a big part, I do use the Korean face wash, but it's the balm tallow. And now I use their Glow Up, and I've been using it for a couple weeks now. She sent me a bottle early, and it's amazing. Can you use it with makeup? Yes. You can. I put it on at night so that it just, sits on my face at night. And then in the morning when I wash my face again, I use it in the morning. And then if I want to put makeup on, I just put it right over it. It blends right in. Yes, I'm 52, girl. Aging like fine wine. No, not really. And I get accused of using Botox. I do not have Botox. However, I have chub. And chub keeps wrinkles away. So just get you a little chub on your body. And you'll be good. Anyway, I want to make a video on It's the Balm, because they only drop like once every 2 months now, because they make so much. So it's like every 8 weeks, or I think it's 8 weeks or so, they do their drops. They're doing another drop. So if you need tallow, I use it on my eczema. Mina uses it on her eczema. She uses the baby one. If you need tallow. Sunday. You want to set your timers for Sunday. But I want to make a video and I want to talk about the glow up because it is phenomenal. And it's an all new product. And it's the first product that they made that's not tallow related. So, but she's using all of her oils and all natural products. And it's wonderful, wonderful skincare. So, okay, with that, I'm going to get ready for I've got an appointment with my financial lawyer. Who's always going to take care of me. I'm like, he's family now, but he takes care of all my wills and my trusts and all that stuff. So I haven't talked to him in a while. So we've got a meeting at 1, and then I've got another meeting at 2:30 for becoming a grief coach. So I'm going to be going back to school for the next 3 months. And so learning and becoming certified. So I'm excited about that. So we'll talk more about that, though, at another time. But I love you guys. And thank you so much for joining me today. All right. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And I'll be seeing you soon. Maybe for a live. Maybe for a video. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, mwah. Love you guys. God bless. And I hate this part. It's the worst part of the whole thing. Oh my God. Of course, Constance, you're here now. Oh, but I'll hit you up on Marco, girl. All right. Mwah. Love you.